Good evening, everyone. DRBMiller here. How you all doing? Did you have a good day? What did you do today? Were you at work? Were you in school? Or, were you playing your favorite games all day long? But I have some fantastic news to tell you today. First of all, yesterday, out of the blue, Apex Legends appeared, and literally they've taken the internet by storm. There were so many millions of individual players doing the game yesterday, and people just wondering, well, what is Apex Legends? We've never heard of anything like that. Well, it's quite simple. It is a battle royale game. It has been created by the developer of Titanfall, and whilst lots of people thought that they were working on the next installment of the game, they just literally bring it out in the open, but on Monday after our Anthem weekend. Absolutely astonishing. And you know what? I looked at the graphics and looked at some of the gameplay. I watched some of my fellow streamers doing Apex Legends earlier today, and it's actually quite close to the battle sequences in Destiny 1. It really blends in very well with the strategy and the tactics, although this is a multiplayer game and you have to be obviously strategizing a lot more. But the flavor of it is very similar. It's a bit like a graphic novel as well, taking place in that distant universe, and it's battle royale, which means your team has to survive down to the last man. And let's see what all this is about. I mean, first of all, the Eurogamer reported already yesterday that Apex Legends was hitting a million player milestone in just 8 hours. So, similar to what we've seen with Anthem, when there is something very interesting emerging on the net, and particularly when you are having this game introduced, which is free to play on all platforms, and I think it's a cross-platform play as well, everybody wants to find out what the craze is about, jumps in, tries it, and therefore you have it. 1 million player doing the game in less than just 8 hours. So, I mean, after its sort of surprise announcement yesterday evening, the Titanfall Battle Royale spin-off became immediately downloadable on all platforms, which include PC, Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And as a free-to-play title, players can try the game immediately, which partly explains the huge player numbers. And it is a very, very good shooter in its own right, and quite a few magazines were testing it, but apparently under the veil of secrecy, so nobody knew anything about it, and I didn't know anything about it either. And part of the game's instant popularity is certainly down to Respawn's influencer marketing strategy, which was very, very cleverly conceived. Apex Legends is currently the most popular game on Twitch, and that is just in one day, my friends. In one day, Apex Legends took it by storm and became the most popular game on Twitch in terms of the streams and the number of viewers. So presently it's resting at 160,000 people watching it. 160,000 people watching Apex Legends, literally as the game was out in the open for less than 24 hours. And last night it actually peaked with around 495,000 viewers. Almost half a million viewers were watching those streams. The vast majority, of course, were watching the top streamers like Dr. Disrespect and Professor Broyman and the other ones, and which is obviously no surprise because they all jumped on the game as it was introduced. And well-known battle royale streamers such as Shroud and Dr. Disrespect were basically topping it, and they were invited to Respawn's preview event, so they basically gathered a peak viewership of 114,000. That would have been for Shroud, and 73,000 for Dr. Disrespect. The launch did have a few minor technical glitches, but they've all ironed out rather quickly. The actual download is not that massive. I was able to download it in less than 45 minutes, and I think overall it was amounting to about 12 gigs for consoles, roughly, or 10 gigs, and about 20 for PC. So it's not surprising considering that so many people had come in. And as I said, the game was actually dropped out of nowhere. Nobody knew anything about it. It just suddenly appeared, and almost certainly competing with Fortnite and PUBG, the other very, very popular Battle Royale FPS games out there at the moment, but I have to say this one both looks and feels, well, both similar and distinctly different, and will perfectly blend in as a free-to-play game with Destiny and Anthem as obviously the games with some shooting content. And as Apex Legends is Respawn's current focus, so obviously we will not be seeing Titanfall 3 for quite some time. I'm very, very pleased to see that the developer like Respawn were coming up with this rather unusual strategy and introducing a game like this literally at the very, very right moment, producing something which is very engaging and indeed outstanding for all of those Battle Royale fans. So principally you really need to have a look at various forums online today. If you're interested, obviously you can watch some of my fellow streamers who are already mastering it. Some of them are PUBG veterans, and obviously they got in quick and they're still learning the ropes, but really enjoying it. What I liked about it was the graphics, the ease of use, and some of the tweaks, which I will not tell you about, but we'll go through the tutorial and I'll try the game literally from scratch for you to see. So that is going to be equally exciting. I'm very excited about it because I was planning to start with my PUBG streams, but Apex Legends being a brand new one and very similar to the other Battle Royale games, but obviously having that twist in there is going to be even the better option. Obviously we can come back to PUBG at some point and obviously crack on with some of the gameplay there as well. As you know, I'm a great fan of these types of Battle Royale stroke FPS games, and they're obviously best played in a team. Tonight we'll see maybe some of our friends, some of our Destiny community members will want to join in. In fact, I did have a few of our community members joining me for our cooperative team play on Sunday whilst we were testing Anthem, and we had a wonderful time. Obviously none of us tried the game before before the weekends, and we literally were learning as we went along. We had a lot of good time, and I brought them in at a point where the bonus content was introduced and we had a massive storm rising, and as a result there were these ash titans emerging everywhere. There were lots of events for us to complete. We had literally a terrific afternoon. For anybody interested, just head to my archive. You'll be able to watch some of that. It is all on Sunday afternoon stream, and a couple of streams from Sunday, so be able to just quickly race to that and get to those events. They're really terrific. I did a few clips on my Twitter as well for people to see, just in order to be, to familiarize themselves with what Anthem is all about, and obviously the very best content which was given to us as bonus. So I don't want to talk very much because obviously we all want to see what Apex Legends is about. I'm very curious as well, and it is a bit of a change of schedule. I wanted to be doing Destiny 1 tonight, the whole night. In fact, I had some other things prepared for my Titan, but why not give us a bit of a challenge here, this game, see what this is all about, and then enjoy some of those firefights. I have to see really how the multiplayer is going to work, hoping that some of my community members are out there also doing it. I didn't actually try that yet. In fact, I'll check that as I talk, because it would be quite great to have somebody coming in who is also family friendly. You know that sometimes there are difficulties with people coming in and being, using the language which is not family friendly and getting very excited when they're chasing scores and that sort of thing. So it's always preferable that we do the first slot with people who are obviously well known to us, both myself personally and our viewers. So just bear with us. I just very quickly want to check and see whether there are some of the friends out there doing Apex Legends, because I can bring them in as soon as I finish my tutorial. Just see very quickly. Well, the vast majority are playing Destiny 2, which is expected. Some are doing, oh yeah, we have Husky Devil, he's doing Apex Legends, and we have I think Husky Devil is the only one, but I may try some of my other friends and invite them. We'll have to see. First of all, obviously we want to see what this game is about, right? So without further ado, let's just crack on. Let's have a look at the graphic novel characters, graphic novel style characters. I did watch them earlier on my friend's streams and they were very, very enjoyable. So let's see what Apex Legends have in store for us.